We've made it, folks. High school football officially here. Welcome, everyone, to our first 48 Blitz preview show of the season. I'm Sports Director Carl Prather. Welcome as we get you prepared for our first Friday night of the high school football season. Games currently going on as I speak. We will have a complete recap of those games coming up tonight during our 10 o'clock newscast on WAFF for sure. But of course, we want to get you prepared for just the season in its entirety. So many storylines, so many elite teams aiming to reach the mountaintop, as I like to say, and a potential trip to the Super 7 Championships December 6th through the 8th down at Bryant-Denny Stadium on the campus of the University of Alabama. We will have you completely covered during this first show. We will have some fun in this show. Our Tennessee Valley Living host Peyton Walker had some fun with a school cheerleading program, band, and of course football players. We have an amazing story about what football means to some current and former head coaches here in the Valley as well. Top 10 preseason polls as well. Our game of the week preview for tomorrow night as well. So much to get to. A ton of content to feast your eyes on as we get ready for the start of the high school football season in our first Friday night of the year as well. So without further ado, let's get to the show as we get you prepared for football in North Alabama. We start with some previews leading up to the start of the high school football season, including our game of the week for week 0 set for this Friday night. The Hartselle Tigers will make the trip to Black Bears country to take on Austin. The Black Bears won a region title in Class 7A Region 4 last season and return a ton of talented players aiming to repeat under head coach Jeremy Perkins. As for the Hartselle Tigers, just 2 losses over the last 2 seasons, both coming in the postseason. Head coach Brian Moore would love to start the year with a big win as a Class 6A school this season against a crosstown rival. Of course, we had the opportunity to chat with head coaches earlier in the preseason as they each prepare for potentially big seasons for their respective programs.
But every year is different, right? So just because of what you did last year and the leadership and the foundation that was set, still people have to step up and grow and play a role that they haven't. And so that's always unique. And and then you don't get to tell that in the summer because there's not 5,000 people out there, right? It's different, when everybody's mama and grandmama's out there watching them, and so it's fun to see. It's fun to see kids grow up. I mean, that's what it's about, right? It's about people growing up and being leaders of their household and being leaders, in whatever work or whatever environment they're in, and that's what we're trying to create. And this is an opportunity to sort of simulate that and as a real life experience.
For our schedule, it's difficult in the fact that we have 2 region ball games, our biggest rivals in the first 2 weeks of the season. But I love that in the fact that our guys get to experience probably some of the best environments they're going to experience throughout the season. But also they get to experience the pressure of that rival game because we start region play right after that.
Coming up Friday night, it's our first 48 Blitz show of the season. We have scores, we have highlights, you name it, we will have it for all of our teams across North Alabama Friday night and throughout the high school football season. And if that's not enough, we will have our 48 Blitz OT show. Yeah, that's where we go even more in depth on Friday night's football games. You will hear from head coaches, players, and of course all of your scores from our North Alabama and Tennessee Valley teams. That's 48 Blitz and 48 Blitz OT Friday night. We also know what teams are ranked in this year's preseason Alabama Sports Writers preseason top 10 across all 7 football classifications. Only 8 teams from North Alabama made the preseason list. No teams ranked in Class 7A, but the Alabama Sports Writers Association did rank the Hartselle Tigers and the Muscle Shoals Trojans at number 3 and 8 respectively. The Wildcats of Westminster Christian ranked 8th in the Class 4A poll. Mars Hill Bible and Madison Academy ranked 4th and 6th respectively in Class 3A, along with Sylvania, who reached the 3A semifinals last year. The Rams come in at 8, with the reigning champs Fife. You see right there on your screen there. Number 1 in Class 2A. They have company in the top 10 with the Pisgah Eagles at 3. There are plenty of North Alabama teams that are worthy of praise heading into the upcoming season. None match what the 5 Red Devils have accomplished over the last decade. The Red Devils have won 6 state championships since 2014, going undefeated in each of those championship runs. Since head coach Paul Benefield took the job at his alma mater in 1997, the Red Devils have gone 292-44. How about 159 wins to only 9 losses since 2011? And they haven't had a losing season under Benefield. Last year, 5 didn't win a game by less than 21 points coming into last year's championship game, and the Red Devils allowed an average, 46 points per game and just allowed a little over 8. Over the past 5 football seasons, the Red Devils have a record of 70-2. Those 2 losses came during the 2021 season by a combined 8 points. So the Red Devils literally just 8 points away from riding a 72-game winning streak heading into this season. Fife is 48-1 in the regular season, 22-1 in the playoffs over the past 5 seasons. Between 2013 and 2022, the Red Devils are a combined 137-7, 41-4 in the playoffs, 96-3 in the regular season, or during that span. 7 losses just by a combined 52 points. 2 of those losses were decided by more than a single touchdown. Okay, to some fun, folks. Our Tennessee Valley Living host Peyton Walker headed over to Randolph School to learn a thing or two about the Raiders football team, the band, and the cheerleading team. Check this out.
All right, Nathan, I'm going to be on cymbals, you say?
Yes. So you're just going to push them together and keep them there. So a little less force. Let's go.
I'm so excited. Okay.
So you can come in and just, yeah, but you can press harder. We want to stop the sound. So
Right. Okay, so I need to be strong is what you're saying.
Yeah, just come in and pull like that.
Ha! Got it. These are heavy.
They are heavy.
I feel like I need to be on like a triangle or something.
So we're
going
to try different methods. So you just take it in and just hold it against your chest. Just like in. No, you press the cymbals up against your belly or
this?
chest. Yeah, and you just.
Yeah,
but make sure there's not like skin between it because that really hurts.
Yeah, that does hurt.
So just come in and then you, like that.
That's easier. Let's do that again. That I got. I got it. All right, Nathan, what is that atmosphere like when, again, team is playing, you're playing, fans are going crazy? That's got to be fun.
It's really cool. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You're there, and there's so much spirit around you, and you have like the student section on one side, and the cheerleaders and the team in front of you, and it's really cool.
We are Randolph. We are Randolph.
All right.
So you start off, and I'll say we are, and then you clap twice. And then you say Randolph. And then you start, we are.
Good high V.
Yes.
Back to the clap.
Clap.
Okay.
Randolph.
Feet together.
Clap,
on the
clap.
punch.
Yes.
Okay, so low V, high V, clap, clap, here.
Yes. Perfect.
Oh. Thanks, ladies.
And that's
okay.
And then we do it 3 times.
I was a cheerleader myself.
We are Randolph. We are Randolph. We are Randolph. We are Randolph. Let's go Raiders! Woo!
Oh. Wait, I'm worried I'm too heavy for you guys.
No.
No.
Kind of skinny.
No, so just stand up when they say 1, 2.
Okay.
Elevator 1, 2.
Oh. Okay, there we go. We've got it. Okay. So Sophie, what do you think makes a good cheerleader?
I think a good cheerleader is somebody with like a good personality, a smile, and somebody who's always just willing to cheer on whoever's playing the game. We are Randolph.
Can you tell me what a spirit stick is?
So a spirit stick, for our school, we have a spirit stick at our pep rallies, and we go grade by grade, and whichever grade has the most spirit, they get the spirit stick for the year.
Love that. Can you show me some spirit fingers? Spirit fingers. All right, Coach, I'm trying to start this season. You think think I could do that? What do you think I need to do to
Right offhand, I'm going to go with a no, but I'm going to have to see you do some stuff today to see what we can do. There might be a JV spot maybe you can work in or something like that, and then we can kind of go from there. But we're going to need to put your skills to the test before we sign off on anything.
All right, William, we're going to start with the pass. Tell me, you've got some key positioning here.
Yes.
What do we need to know?
So first off, you got to get your grip right. So I like to hold it like this.
Okay.
So index finger, you really got to get to the tip of the ball if you want to get the best spiral.
Okay.
So I go ring finger on the second lace right there, and my pinky finger just as far back as I can stretch it.
Kind of right in the middle.
Yeah.
You want me to try it out?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna, oh, I feel like that's kind of tough. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of tough, and you got to leave a little area with your palm there, just so you don't grip it too tight.
So it can flick off.
And it doesn't slip, yeah.
Did you get that?
So you just want to stay short, bring the ball back, up, and then just right here. Just like right there.
That was beautiful. I feel like I'm overthinking it.
That was better. That was better.
Was it?
Hey. That was the best one right
We're gonna end with that one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was it. All right, we're here now with receiver Rowan. Rowan, we're gonna learn how to receive a good pass. So what tips can you share?
So the first thing when you receive a ball is you don't want to catch with your chest. You want to make sure the ball is away from your body, catch with your hands so you have the best chance to catch it with the defender on you.
Beautiful.
Catch, tuck, and then run up the field for a touchdown.
So first route that we'll teach is 5 and in. Let's say quarterback's over here. We'll start with our inside foot up, and we're just gonna take 3 steps, and then on our 3rd step, break in at 90 degrees.
Cut it.
And the quarterback will be right there. As soon as we break it, you know, look for the pass. Hands up, diamond.
Wait, how do I know when to start?
On me. So I'll say set, go. And then
that's when I start the 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Can I see it fully in action? Let me see it fully in action.
Set, go.
Good.
Ready, let's go. Yep.
All right, now we'll move to a hitch. We're gonna keep everything the same. In our 3rd step, we're gonna still break it. So we're still gonna plant and everything like that. But instead of cutting that way, we're just gonna stop and look at the quarterback. You're gonna catch it, and as soon as you catch it, you're gonna turn your shoulder upfield like that and go score.
Ready, let's go.
Finally, we want to showcase a new feature you can watch each and every week called 48 Blitz Beyond the Lights. We take you to our communities across North Alabama and give you great stories throughout the high school football season. Tonight, you will hear from current and former coaches on what football means to them. Enjoy, and we will see you next week for our Week 1 edition of our 48 Blitz High School Football Preview Show.
What does football mean to you?
What does football mean to me?
It's really kind of turned into a huge part of my life, obviously.
Since I was old enough to kind of walk around, I can remember being at a football game and watching my dad coach over the years and, you know, up to being a manager for him, and now doing the same thing in my career.
Within the game itself, the relationships that you build, the friendships you build, and as you become a coach, you know, it's the players, it's their parents and people that help you within the program.
Football is different. There's just something about it.
The great thing about it is it's the greatest equalizer. When you're on the football field, nobody cares what kind of bank account your parents have, what the color of your skin is, where you go to church. Nobody cares about any of that. They don't care about your GPA. You line up against somebody and you got an opportunity to beat them, or they got an opportunity to beat you. It's competition.
You know, football is kind of a silly game that can teach a lot of things. In football, you're going to get hit in the mouth. How are you going to respond to that?
Yeah, I think to be successful in life, in any endeavor, in any business, is you got to have some resiliency about you. I think what football does is it teaches you how to be resilient. It teaches you that you've got to keep showing up each day, and some days are more difficult than others.
The getting up, coming to workouts when you don't feel like it, going through tough things with your teammates.
It allows that kid to understand play the next play. That's something that we have to learn to carry with us out into the world. Is to learn to play the next play, because once we walk out of our little protective cocoons that we live in, there's a lot of things that can happen to you, and a lot of them aren't fair.
Life is not perfect all the time, and there are days that are good, there are days that are bad, and everybody goes through difficult times in their life. And I think what football helps teach you is that you've got to continue to be resilient through the tough times. But one of the things we've always reminded our players is that tough times don't last, but tough people do.
There ain't nothing like a Friday night. Being in your hometown, playing for your hometown team with your buddies that you grew up with.
Hearing the band and seeing the kids and the people get excited. What's the pride that they had when they bust through that sign and the cannon went off?
There's so many guys who played here, whose sons that play here, whose grandsons play here. There's kind of a legacy.
I think it's just something about the South, especially in the state of Alabama. Let's just tell it like it is. We've been laughed at about our academic scores. We've been laughed at about a lot of things. Nobody's laughing at us when it comes to football. If you ask half the people in the state, hey, do you know where Fife is? Well, they know. They may have never been there, but they've heard about them in football. And it's given, it just gives people that identity, and it gives us something to be proud about it.
There's a lot to be said about starting the year off, and you watch the team grow from the day you start summer workouts to the end of the season. That's a big part too. But I think the most important thing to me is the relationships you have with your assistant coaches and your players. And that's really, to me, why you do it, is to hopefully be a positive influence to young men.
The relationships we have with each other go much farther than the wins and losses.
When I have former players that come back and see me, and they bring their kids, or they introduce me to their wife, and I see them as fathers and what they're doing with their life, that's so rewarding.
I really want them to remember me more by how I treated them, and hopefully, more importantly, that they learned the value of hard work and the value of staying committed to something. I'm honored to be a part of a family that has now had 3 generations of football coaches in this part of the state. My granddad coached for many years at Athens, and the stories I've heard about him and how he changed people's lives, and then the stories that I hear constantly from former players about my dad and how he changed people's lives for the better. It's an honor for me to be kind of the third in that line, and I hope that I'm doing some sort of justice to that Elmore family name.
I would have never dreamed that football would have taken me the places that it has taken me. I graduated high school. I was a 5'9", 145-pound quarterback at a 3A high school. And I thought I was going to be a baseball player or possibly a basketball player. The last thing I thought I would be at the next level was a football player. And UNA gave me that opportunity, and then I got there at a good time, and some great things happened. But, it allowed me to get on an airplane for the first time. It allowed me to go to the White House and meet the president, and then it wound up being a career for me. And now my sons, my 2 oldest sons, are on staff with me. My youngest son plays quarterback for us. My wife's here cooking for our team and serving our team. My daughter-in-law helps serve our team and brings my grandson. It's just a really cool deal that my whole family's involved in.
I personally think it's the greatest game that there is. I will always say that, and I love them all, and I've coached them all, and I've played them all. But you don't have to be a great athlete to be competitive and to play in this game. All you got to have is enough guts and want to be there and have a relentless effort time after time after time, refuse to be beaten, and you'll get your chance one day.